Hi friends, welcome back to Hawg Designs. Today I'm excited to share my cozy stuffed tag folio, created for the Cozy for the Holidays collaboration. This little project is warm, textured, layered, and honestly just one of those pieces that makes you smile as soon as you pick it up. Before we get started, I want to say thank you for being here. The holidays can be such a whirlwind, and I love having a cozy corner where I can craft something beautiful together. This project is perfect for gift giving, stocking stuffers, journal pockets, or even a standalone keepsake. I'll walk you through step by step through how I assembled this folio, but along the way I'm going to share a few tips and ideas to help you personalize yours, especially if you're new to paper crafting. One thing I love about cozy crafting is how it slows us down. There's something special about layering textures, mixing warm colors, and creating a piece that feels like a soft blanket in paper form. It's a chance to breathe, reconnect, and savor the little things. A lot of people feel overwhelmed this time of year. Too many choices, too much to do, but projects like this remind us that creativity doesn't have to be complicated. Sometimes the simplest layers make the biggest impact. So we're starting to build the base here. I printed the pages on cardstock, but you can use whatever you like. I've glued the two cover pieces together, and now I am just trimming off the excess as soon as I get that all cleaned up the way I like it. Then we're going to grab some distressed ink. I'm using a color, a brown shade color. To me, this kind of gives more of a vintage vibe, so I'm just going to go around all the edges on the front side as well as the back side. Just have a little spot there that I want to trim off. I didn't, just had a little more white than I liked, so we're going to trim that off and then we'll ink that up. Now we're ready to fold our folio in half, and you can kind of, there'll be a little score line, and you just fold it in half, and then I'm going to run my bone folder over the top of it so that I get a nice crisp line. And then again, I'm just grabbing my ink, and I'm going to go around the edges in a few places, especially on that new fold line. I want to ink that up. So here I'm grabbing one of my pockets, and this pocket has some tabs on it. So I want to fold those tabs in, and that's where I'm going to be applying the glue. And right now I'm just kind of laying out where I want the pockets and the elements to be placed inside the little folio pocket here. Okay, so now we're going to glue the pocket on, and again we're just going to apply the glue to the tabs and then the bottom edge of that pocket, and we're going to place it on top of this little card, and we're going to ultimately glue that to that left panel. And here we're going to do the same. I have a little pocket. This one does not have the tabs, but I'm just applying glue to the left, right, and bottom edges, and I'm going to apply that to the little card that fits nicely on. And then I have a little journal card that fits perfectly in that. And I've decided that I'm going to place that piece inside that first pocket that we created. Okay, here we have another card and pocket that we're going to glue that pocket onto that little card. And I line up the edges so that it all fits nicely, and we're going to ultimately glue that on this panel. In this one I am going to create a pocket within a pocket, and we're going to glue the right, left, and bottom edges. You'll see me occasionally stick, I am using art glitter glue, and occasionally you'll see me placing my pin inside of my nozzle. I do that frequently because the glue is prone to drying, and so drying quickly, and so I want to place that needle back into the nozzle so that my tube doesn't dry with the glue drying inside that tube. Here I'm adding some lace to the top edge of this little pocket. Just adds an extra little element. Originally I was going to leave it standing up, but then I decided, oh, I think we're going to fold that over and glue that down. You noticed earlier I had glued around this pocket, and so my glue had kind of dried, so I had to kind of make some little adjustments there and getting some new glue into those areas. So here I decided now I'm going to fold over that lace and lay that down on top of my pocket. I think that looked a lot nicer. And now I'm just putting my journal cards inside. Then we're going to glue the second pocket on this other panel. But we're going to add a little embellishment to this pocket as well before we glue it down. So I found another piece of trim that's going to add an extra little pop to this. Excuse me. I'm using clear tacky glue to glue this down. And then we'll just trim it up. And we'll glue that down as well. While I'm assembling this, why don't you think about a theme that you would make for yourself? Maybe you want it to feel like a cabin in the woods with flannels and cocoa, or maybe softer winter hues, snowy whites and touches of silver. You can even make it a gratitude folio or a pray folio. I always say your project should feel like you. Okay, now we're going to move on to the tag, the larger tag, and we're going to also make this a hidden pocket, or have a hidden pocket in this tag. So I'm only gluing around, I'm leaving an opening, and I'm gluing around the rest of the tag. And I'm placing the two on top of each other. And I'm grabbing my bone folder, making sure I have a nice, good adhesion. Then I'm grabbing some glitter paste. This is a medium that has just a touch of glitter in it, and it just gives a little shimmer to the piece. And I decided that I was just going to apply it to the Christmas ornaments, and you'll see that I'm using my finger to spread that paste around. And we'll set that aside, and we'll let that dry. Here I'm adding some little tabs to the journal cards so that it just adds an extra little element, and it is something that you can kind of grab and pull out. I feel paper crafting is one of those hobbies that becomes a memory itself. Every time I create something like this, I think about the moments that inspire it. Cozy winters at home, holiday traditions, quiet evenings with the tree lights on. I hope this project brings you a little of that comfort too. As you've noticed, I've been struggling with this little pocket, and ultimately what we're going to end up doing is taking my bone folder and just kind of working it inside there so that it just kind of pops open a little bit better for us. I'm just kind of fussing, trying to figure out where I'm going to ultimately place that journal card. So now we're going to start working on our tags. And I'm grabbing some organza ribbon. This is kind of like gold colored ribbon. I am taking a lighter and I'm just scorching the ends of the ribbons so that they do not ravel and they stay nice looking. So I just ran my ribbon through my hole that I punched earlier. And so we're just ultimately just going to lay that hidden pocket inside of our little folio. I'm going to grab that glitter paste again, and we're going to add a little to the candles. We'll add some to the flames as well as the two gold ornaments laying in front of the candles. Here I'm grabbing that bone folder and I'm just kind of working on that pocket just a little bit so that things can slide in and out of it just a bit better. I gotta grab my Clorox wipe and clean up. I like to keep my area clean so that I don't get any extra glue on my pieces. Here I'm going to grab some stickles. This is a gold colored stickle, and I'm just going to add a few little areas just to give it a little pop on the color or on the cover. And then we're going to set this aside because this will need to dry for a bit. Alright, our layers are all done and everything is tucked inside. Give it a little fluff so it looks stuffed and inviting. I love how this turned out. Chunky, just like me, cozy, and full of charm. Thank you for crafting with me today during the Cozy for the Holidays collaboration. Don't forget to check the description to grab your free printable. Make sure to follow along the playlist for the other creatives and to gather some more cozy inspiration. If you enjoyed this project, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe for more tutorials. Until next time, stay cozy and keep crafting.